Hello and welcome to tonight's show. We're diving into the fascinating world of smartphones, how these pocket-sized supercomputers go from raw materials to your hands. Starting in China, the heart of global tech manufacturing. Before you Instagram your dinner, think about the journey of your device. It all starts with raw materials mined from the earth. Lithium for the battery, cobalt for the touchscreen. These materials are shipped to factories, primarily in China. Think Willy Wonka's factory, but with conveyor belts. This is where our smartphones come to life. But this marvel comes at a cost, both ethically and environmentally.
Right, let's talk about lithium. You know, that magical element that powers your phone and makes you feel vaguely superior to people who still use flip phones? Yeah, turns out it's not all sunshine and roses. Lithium mining, especially in places like Chile and Argentina, has been linked to severe environmental damage, including water depletion and ecosystem disruption. And then there's cobalt. The Democratic Republic of Congo produces over 70% of the world's cobalt, and the industry there has been plagued by reports of child labor, dangerous working conditions, and corruption. So, that shiny new phone in your hand? It might have a bit of a dark side. And don't even get me started on the rare earth metals. Mining these elements is incredibly polluting and often involves displacing local communities. It's enough to make you want to throw your phone in the nearest recycling bin and live off the grid. But then, who would you stalk on Instagram? It's a dilemma, I tell you.
Now let's hop on a plane and jet off to Shenzhen, China. Forget Silicon Valley, this is where the real magic happens. Shenzhen is a city that embodies the phrase from farm to phone in record time. Just a few decades ago, it was a sleepy fishing village. Now, it's a sprawling metropolis and a global hub for electronics manufacturing. We're talking massive factories churning out smartphones, laptops, and every other gadget you can imagine. And the speed at which they do it is mind-boggling. Companies like Huawei, ZTE, and Foxconn, you know, the guys who make your iPhones, have set up shop here. Drawn by the city's skilled workforce, efficient infrastructure, and, let's be honest, low labor costs. Shenzhen is a testament to China's ambition and its ability to become a global leader in technology. But it also raises some uncomfortable questions about the West's reliance on China for its tech fix.
Section 4. Inside the Tech Factory, a symphony of automation. Okay, time to step inside one of these tech factories. Imagine a scene straight out of a science fiction film. Rows upon rows of workers, mostly young women, meticulously assembling tiny components with superhuman precision. It's like watching a perfectly choreographed ballet. Only instead of tutus, they're wearing hairnets and face masks. But hold on, before you start picturing sweatshops and Dickensian working conditions, things have changed a bit. Automation is rapidly transforming the manufacturing landscape. Robots are taking over repetitive tasks, while humans are increasingly responsible for quality control and more specialized jobs. Now, this rise of the machines has sparked a whole debate about the future of work. Will robots eventually replace human workers altogether? Or will they simply free us from mundane tasks, allowing us to focus on more creative and fulfilling endeavors? Only time will tell.
Section 5 are global web supply chains and dependencies. Remember those raw materials we talked about earlier? They don't just magically transport themselves to the factory floor. The smartphone supply chain is a complex web that spans the globe. Mines in South America, factories in Asia, and distribution centers worldwide. Just-in-time production orchestrates it all. Components arrive just as they're needed, minimizing waste. But disruptions like natural disasters or trade wars can halt the entire system. This global trade reliance has benefits like cheap gadgets and access to the latest tech. But it also makes us vulnerable. So next time your phone breaks, remember the intricate web of global dependencies.
Section 6. The future of tech, innovation and shifting sands. So, what does the future hold for the smartphone industry? Well, one thing's for sure. Things are going to get even more futuristic. We're talking about smartphones with foldable screens, fifth-generation connectivity, and artificial intelligence capabilities that would make HAL 9000 jealous. But it's not just about fancy new features. Sustainability is becoming increasingly important, with companies exploring ways to reduce their environmental impact and create more ethical supply chains. We're seeing a shift towards using recycled materials, designing more durable devices, and developing innovative battery technologies. And as labor costs rise in China, we might see a shift in manufacturing to other parts of the world. Countries like India, Vietnam, and even Mexico are emerging as potential contenders in the global tech race. So the journey of a smartphone is far from over. It's a constantly evolving saga with new chapters being written all the time.